Hey guys, so we're going to have a look at the stacks and how we actually use them now in our actual program. So first of all, I have to make my stack. Now my stack is going to be an array. I'm going to do none, sorry, capital none, which just means emptiness. It doesn't even have a data type. It's so nothingness, it doesn't have them. And then when I did it before, I said there were going to be 6 items. Why 6? Who knows? It's just the way it was designed. Now, I want to probably say array 0 to 5 of string. Okay, so I want to let it know what it is. And I'm going to have a top pointer, which I said is going to start at -1. And I'm going to say integer. I'm going to have a max. Now max is highlighting, so it's a keyword, so I want to use something else. Let's call it max pointer. And that's going to equal the size of the stack -1, so it's going to be 5. It's also going to be an integer. Okay, is there anything else I need? Don't think so. Okay, now normally when we deal with our stacks and stuff, it's going to be, actually in real life, it's going to be arrays. In A level, for some reason, they want to do it as functions. I think they think it's making it easier when it's possibly making it harder, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we've got 2 functions. We've got def, push, sorry, and it's going to push the letter onto the stack. And I'll just put pass for now. And then I'm going to def pop, and that's going to print the item that's on the stack. Now, one thing, a design decision question, is how we're going to bring these up into there, because these are local variables, so they won't exist in our function. Now, in real life, you probably want to pass them as parameters. Okay, so you probably wanted to do it that way, stack, and then top, and then max, or maybe you could find like an abstract data. You could make your own stack class, and it's going to make a lot more sense once you're doing it that way. However, in the exams, they tend to use globals. So what is a global? Well, there's a whole video on it, but a global variable is one that exists throughout your program. Now, Python does this in a different way from everybody else, just to be special. Global variables, basically, if I type global here, it's going to pull in that thing, but only to, so if I did global stack, it means I can use this stack up there, but pop, I'm going to have to do global again to pull it in. Other languages, you declare it global and it exists throughout your entire program. I can kind of see why they're doing this security-wise. It just seems to mimic parameters to me, so I'm not really sure why they've done it that way, but the people that made it are much smarter than me. So anyway, I need to bring in my other stuff. Global, top, and global max pt. And that's going to be the same for both of my functions. Okay, so I've got these things. Now, what did I say before? So basically, when we were doing it on here, we said if the top was less than the max, then we could try and add the item. So if top is less than max pt, then we can do top equals top plus 1 and add to the stack at top the letter. Again, let's check that. So if top was 4, is 4 less than 5? Yes, it is. So then top equals 4 plus 1, which is 5, and we can insert the data into position 5. Yay! Easy. Otherwise, well, if the top is not less than max, then well, we're going to print and say, sorry, stack 4. Now, again, you got to roll with the punches. This could be done as return values. It doesn't necessarily have to be done in this exact way. It's just a general way to do it. Okay, let's test it out though. So I'm going to push a And then I'm going to print my stack just to see what it looks like. And let's do the same with A, B, and C. Okay, so I'm pushing 3 items onto the stack, and fingers crossed, it's going to work. Yay! So A is added, then B is added, then C is added. Okay, so, yay, good. So then now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove items from the stack. Or pop items from the stack, which means I'm going to take it from the stack, print it, but also remove it from the stack at the same time. Now, generally speaking, we just want to move our pointers, but you'll see that could give us some weirdness in a bit. But first of all, I want to check. What if the top was -1? i.e., what if the stack was empty? Well, I've got to check for that, so I've got to say if top equals -1, or I could maybe do less than 0, but that's fine. If top equals -1, then I can print, stack empty. Now again, that might be done as something else. It might be done as a return value, whatever. Otherwise, I can do else. Now, otherwise, I'm going to print the I'm going to print the item at the top of the stack. Like so. Now let's put in some text here just so I know. And I can say popped. Okay, so I popped that item off the stack. And then in order to do that, or to deal with that, I'm going to change my top by -1. Okay, easy. And I think that's us. Now, what you're going to see here might not look exactly what you're expecting, but it will hopefully work. So then, I'm going to take this, I'm going to change that to B. After I have A and B and C, let's put on D as well. But before I put on D, I am going to do pop, which has no parameter, and pop, which has no parameter. Oops, I just wrote it in the wrong place, like I did. There we go. Pop, which has no parameter. Now if I save it and run it, fingers crossed, it's going to work. Okay, popped looks wrong, but still. Okay, so I push A onto the stack, done. Then I push B onto the stack, yay. And then I push C onto the stack, yay. And then I've popped C from the stack. So I have printed it, but you notice it's still there. Now it's still there because all I've done is move the pointer down to say that it can be written over in the future, but it's still there in the memory, but it's gone from the abstraction. Okay, now if you wanted to, I don't know, if you wanted to make the visuals a bit clearer, you could pop the stack top, and you could say stack top is now equal to none. Okay, so that's maybe we don't need that, but visually you'll see that it makes it look a bit more sensible. So as we pop it, it's then removed. So pop C, now we've got AB. Pop B, now we've got A. And then we push D, and it's added AD. Okay, so just, although this way makes perfect sense visually, this makes more sense. Memory-wise, or time consumption-wise, this is better. Yeah, this is doing an extra step that we don't need, but these days, to be honest, an extra step is not going to kill us, but if you're wanting super efficient programs, you could just move the pointer up and down to go with it. Alrighty, so hopefully that's okay, and I'll leave you that, and we'll go on to Q's next.